Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Analysts YouTube channel. We're going to try something different today. I'm going to be breaking down the Lotus map for you guys today. Pros, I've just basically picked it on the VCT Lock-in, so we're going to be going over the games and seeing what team compositions they use. We've had a bit of a variety from what the two games we've seen. Within the Carmine Corp vs FPX game, we saw a no Julius comp, whereas in the C9 vs PRX game, which we've got up on screen right now, you can see there's two Julius on each team, Chamber obviously being a Julius in this instance. So you've got a very wide variety of different agents you can select and that are viable on this map. On this game specifically, C9 vs PRX, it was very aggro, very aggressive, whereas on the game without Julius, as you would expect, it was very passive and a lot more poke, a lot more try and play a bit more mind games and trying to get onto site for free. So yeah, and we're just going to go straight into it. In this clip, we're going to see why Sage was a really nice pick from PRX. The Sage wall just to boost up, and as you'll see here, just because this main area is just so vital throughout the whole matchup. But this Neon's going to just keeps on going down here. Sky's going to flash, and Omen's going to put his smokes there as well, just to get area of this control of this area. But this pick from Forsaken is insane, absolutely insane. And look, they got so much control here now. All of them over here. Omen's TP'd into this area. He's pushed up. He's just looking towards this area here because there's a lot of discussion about whether or not this wall here was going to be attacking sided or defender sided, as in if you would break it if you were attacking it, or if you would break it on the defending side. And as we saw in the pro games, it was more prone to defenders breaking it rather than the attackers breaking it, just because it allows a bit more extra to support for the A push and for the A control. So he's just looking towards this area, see when this Neon wall goes down. He's just going to try and get a nice little easy pick. His teammates behind him to train him out or support him in any way they can. But I also want to point out right here, this is going to be something we see very often. So this Chamber often just positions himself right here because this little chamber thing, TP, allows him to get pick behind this junior area and go straight back into cover. A very nice pick, and it's something that I kind of envisioned able to, which allows Chamber to be brought back into sort of the fold within team compositions, because on his power on Lotus and his ability to hold down just lanes is just incredible on Lotus, and it's so important. Also on defending with his trap as well, attacking, watching the flanks with his trap. If you're picking up a Killjoy, you're going to have to play a Chamber as well, because the Killjoy area, you have to stay within your utility. With the Chamber, you're able just to pop it on C or A and completely ignore it if that's what you wish to do. Kind of allows a bit more freedom almost, rather than just having to just leave your Killjoy back and watching the flank. And it allows a 5-man push instead of a 4-man push. So this is why I think Chamber's gonna be brought back into the fold. My other predictions for the ideal comp, as I'm just completely transgressing from this round right now, is Viper, Omen, Killjoy, Chamber, and a Initiator in the form of Sova or Fade. I am tempted to say a Raze over a Chamber, because you'll see the ability just to satchel onto site, the nades with the tight corners on B, the Boombot is really powerful, but with the patch that Boombot is going to be decrease the duration of it. I kind of envision Chamber being more of a Judas, taking up that role on this match. The Neon is really useful to get and push down A, but I mean it can be countered quite easily, as you saw, and doesn't really offer a lot with in terms of map control, whereas Chamber can do that, and the TP out is just really powerful at this point in time. I can see Yoru being picked on this map, but his TP times is taking a bit too long, and he doesn't really offer a lot of flank watch on the attacking side. So for now, I think it's going to be a Chamber meta on Lotus especially still. And as we go into this thing here, really nice. This A main is such a deathmatch area. It's going to be a bloodbath from both teams in all matches. Especially if you have a fast composition like a PRX, like Cloud9 do have. Um, this is the second clip I have up for you guys right now, is when Raze, a great counter to Cypher traps at the moment. We've got two clips especially, and this is just an incredible play from Jing as well. But what we'll also see is another useful kind of like thing for the Sage, because you'll see that Sage is going to wall right up here, gonna go and be elevated up on top of that wall, and it allows, when your Raze comes from here all the way back here and your Sage is here, you'll save a crossfire onto kind of just the main site where the defenders are holding, which is just a really nice way to counteract all the setup that they have. It also counteracts this little chamber trap right here and stops them from basically just having any impact whatsoever. You have, I mean, there's so much like utility right here just to stop defenders from doing a fast push, but PRX countered it really, really nicely, and it's one of the reasons why I think Killjoy over Cypher on this map is just because, like, I mean, just the Raze will just counteract, and I think Killjoy with the ultimate at the moment, the turret, everything about Killjoy at the moment is just probably better, especially if you have a chamber, because the only disadvantage of having the Killjoy is the area around which your util is, you have to remain in, whereas Cypher you're allowed to roam wherever you want to roam. So I think chamber helps with that. So yeah. Yeah, so you'll see here, as this Raze goes in, the Sage is up on the wall. Yeah, right there. Let's go back a bit. There we go. Sage is up on the wall here. Lovely crossfire between, look where Raze is right now. Perfect crossfire just to get the Cypher completely caught out right now. This trap right now is doing absolutely nothing. The Sage is, yeah, really nice play for PRX. It's a really nice play for Sage, but again, I just think with the team compositions, I'd rather have a Viper almost, mainly because you've got post-bound setups and the Viper walls, which we'll see later on in this video.
Oh, he's actually managed to get past it. Jing just goes blast backing through and gets two. That's absurd. He got over the trip just.
Yeah, and then if you look at that, this is a really, really key area for Chamber to be in. Unfortunately, he got picked off there, but if he gets a pick, he gets TPs out and he's there, able to challenge these people here. So Chamber, I can't fault Chamber on this map, even though I would rather Yoro. If you're a fan of me and Veggie, you know that we are massive Yoro stands.
And now Mind Freak's found another. It's the
so yeah, if we go into this second map shop here, so we got really classic, just get push from the side of C9 here. They're taking really nice control of A main, and they got the chamber trap here, complete control of A and C at the moment, which indicates some sort of B push, which is exactly where they're looking. Chamber's got a trap there. Chamber's got not Chamber. Cypher's got a trap. Cypher's got a cam here, and they're just looking and controlling really, really nicely. As I mentioned before, Chamber's really good with the flank watch, able to TP out. Not sure why there's a trap here or something like that just to watch the C push, but they've got Raze looking that way anyway. So yeah, I think just if you have the ability to trap, you should probably just trap a lane, especially if you've got one person already watching a flank. You shouldn't really have a second person, especially that being your entry. So yep, as we go into this really nice setup from the side of C9, because if this guy gets contact, he can flash, he can dog, he can peek. He's really nice setup. Sky, one of the reasons why Sky is so good on this map, I believe, is because you've got the flash. You can sit back here if you need be and flash all the way here, get information. Happened does around one time where they didn't know whether people were on B, so they had an Omen stationed here, then another agent stationed here, and Sky from all the way back here went flash into here, see if there's anyone on site to get some information. So I think Sky's really like a must pick almost, and also Omen as well with the kind of like the one ways you have, especially what you can see on the screen right now. This one way right here really gives advantage to the defenders. So those three agents are really a bit of a must pick for me. And this is especially, you'll see why Raze has like some beneficial use on this map. Raze just able just to push all the way in, like with the VCT, you saw him push all the way back here, and now you'll see him push all the way back here as well. Really nice utility usage from his teams to allow that as well. I might add PRX are a really, really good team to allow setting up Jing for these incredible pushes, incredible flashy plays. So it's not all down to just the individual play, as always with these pro games. But yeah, Forsaken puts his trap down, goes to help out his team. Raze pushes all the way up. It gets so much good look, forcing the defenders all the way back into their own spawn. No one's had to support, they've got complete control. But look at this chamber is right now. This is one of the reasons why chamber in this area is so good, because of this door. This door causes such a nuisance towards both defenders and attackers, because it just allows you to go either C or B on the attack, and it allows the defenders another avenue to rotate either through here or through here. So it gives the attackers a bit of a worry in the back of their heads. So yeah, this Raze goes out, and he's just pushing all the way up here. Also another reason why the B door is defensive sided. If you get A control, you can nice easy rotate, and you don't have to destroy it again, and doesn't give information to the attackers. And then yeah, Jing just does good Jing things here. Incredible play from him, just getting kills. He's an incredible standout player for me.
He's just running it in, taking all the space in their spawn, and Zealous is okay, good. Their answer, their solution. You want to go?
Yeah. And then the clip I have here right now is so much util is used. This is why, again, highlighting why this A, how important this A main area is for these pro players. You've got Sky Flash coming out. You've got Stun coming out right here. You've got another Sky Flash coming out. A Slope coming down as well. And if I just let me just play it in a second.
They're early, no problem.
Yeah, so look how much, like, the Raze needs to come back here to stop this Neon from going all the way back here. The slow as well to even delay it. The flash comes out as well. There's an Omen smoke that'll be popped. Just so much utility is being like just dumped in this area just so the attackers have control of what 10 meters ahead of them, because the defenders can take it so easily, especially if you have a fast player like Neon. So again, another reason why Raze is so useful is because of the nade, and forces people out of that area. But again, you only have one nade, so again, I would rather a Chamber or a Viper, because again, we'll go over Viper in a bit. But you also saw an Omen Flash coming out, and it just forces these players to stand all the way back here, and having to play it more on site and not what they're used to.
Look at all that space that they've just denied C9. And that's the thing, from here on out,
yeah, and it's just so much utility just to deny that space that they just keep on taking. PRX unfortunately a bit too late to adapt to the situation here. 6-3, I mean, yeah, a bit too late, but they end up losing this matchup here, 2-0 overall. Bit unfortunate, but I mean, yeah, you saw right there why Neon was so impactful. Not Neon, sorry, Sky is so impactful with the dog, especially just stun into this garden area. These small areas here and here, as well as like backside almost over here or down here. It's just really useful to have the Sky dog just to kind of clear those areas out.
Perfect as he gets stunned up, tries to return one of his own, but it's not happening. Do they expect this many players to be on the site? Even spotting Leaf, they might
yeah,
not
and then
there's no way Vanity would be there.
That's pretty much all I had for C9 versus. I think we got one more clip as well. But on the attacking side for PRX, they were very passive. Oh, sorry, on the defensive side of PRX, they were very passive. Instead of doing the aggro push, they kind of held back a bit. C9 were very methodical, and they played really well together. They sort of set up their plays. Chamber, yeah, again, Chamber outside A is such a common spot for both teams. So I'm expecting to see Chamber being picked a lot more, especially with Fnatic. I'm expecting Dirk to pick up Chamber. We'll have Alpha A on Killjoy. Leo probably doing a support character, both on the smokes of Omen, most likely. Yeah. And then as we go into the other game of Combine Corp versus FPX, you can see right now the team competitions on the screen. So yeah, so the only difference between these two competitions is the Sober and Fade. Fade's really useful, but as you have a Sky already, I'm not sure how useful the dogs or the prowlers actually are. I think I would rather a Sova. Again, it would be interesting to see the Fade Raise combination. We haven't seen that yet so far. But what I really want to highlight here is these Viper walls that we're going to be seeing. This one right here especially, it's a SOCOM, and allows so much space to be taken by the defenders here. Oh, not the defenders, sorry, the attackers. And then this Viper wall as well allows the push to come in. You have your Sova Dart, drop backside, get some information, or maybe even back over here to get information on the players. So if we just go to the 4-minute mark, where I've got it down my notes.
Ready to break the wall, that's it.
Yeah, so this is going to highlight why it's defenders value. Look at this Sky flash come out here. This defender's just completely caught. Sorry, the defenders. Attacker's completely caught out. Sky Scream does choke here. He's playing the Sky. So he gets the flash. Flashes Berlin completely. He's just gone. Completely misses shots right now. Really uncharacteristic of him. But it just kind of highlights why this little door here is a defender side, because he just offers so much support, especially if you have a player back here. Would have liked to see the Sova back here offering support and allowing control of this area, so that Killjoy only had to focus on this one lane there. But unfortunately, he does get picked off.
No kill though.
I have no idea.
And especially with this door here being open on the defending side, if they do take site, they have to leave one player back here just to watch this, because otherwise, if this door is completely and utterly closed, the attackers, all they have to do is watch here and watch here. I've also done that as well. They only have to watch 2 lanes if they play quite aggressive, and you kind of have to almost on this match, because if you're playing off-site, you kind of have to peek around corners, and you don't really have any long sights you can hold from afar. There we go. So I kind of expect as the mesh sort of evolves, players sort of push up here a bit more, hold down in this little pit area a bit more. We did see that a couple of rounds. This did happen. The Chambers pushed up there, pushed up rope, caught out a Cypher who was sitting down there, and got out with his life. So I'm expecting a bit more of an aggressive post plant situation from the pros. So the Viper wall that we're seeing right now, again, when I highlight it, you can put it right down here, you can put it across here. This Viper wall on the attackers as well, we've seen that it was used all the way across here, so that allows a bit of a push into sight. You do need your Omen just to smoke out here, maybe smoke here to try and get into this area as well. Again, Omen's are kind of a must pick on this map. So we just go to the 60-50 mark.
Berlin ate that flash.
Yeah. Traded out, so not going to have so much of an impact beyond that, but very telling.
Down here, yeah. So if we, it just allows a massive aggro push. If we just go back a bit, I believe. Yeah, screen chokes there.
Headshot machine, just not hitting.
Guys, a cup of tea.
So far, I mean, this is the main discussion to have around Breach is obviously the ability to deny this early space towards rubble.
Yeah, as they were saying, Breach is possible. The casters were saying in this game, Breach is a kind of a nice little pick for the defenders. Just allows your team to, you can stun from here, slows all these guys down here. But I think with the Omen TP, and I think with Sky, I don't really see a Breach being used. Potentially, if you have like a Neon, a little alternate strategy rather than meta, just to catch people off guard potentially. But again, I would rather the competition that I've said before with the Viper, Sova, Killjoy, Omen, and Chamber. So yeah, we're just going to see so much utility being popped down on this round right now. We've got the Viper ball going to be popped up here. It's going to cut off. You can see it's going to be cut off all the sight lines here. Omen's going to. This is a really common TP from all Omen players just into this area here. Yeah, and then obviously Killjoy's just going to hold on. Killjoy 1v1 at the moment, just holding down flanks. But we've got so much utility being done. We've got the Molotov on the floor right now. Omen smoke here. Defenders have pushed right up right now, trying to catch these players out, trying to force a fight, which I do absolutely love to see, because I don't like boring Valorant where they just sit back and be like, we're going to wait for you to come. Just come be a bit more aggressive, try and get some map control, and that's how you're going to win the games, really. But unfortunately, I think we see that Carmine Court get caught out here. Does a lovely kill from him, but he's being isolated right now. There's not really much support. This guy's obviously spotted this Omen here, so can't offer that much support, but the teammates have all gone at this point in time. It would have been nice to see them have offered a bit more support. Obviously, I imagine there's going to be some insane shock darts for this area at one point, maybe like from all the way back here or something like that. Some person's going to find a nice little shock dart to go right down there, to allow the team to get a bit more of space as well. So something I would like to see in the future. Yeah, and then this wall right here just denies any information whatsoever, which is again why I think Sky is useful rather than Breach, because you can use your flashes, you can use your dogs to get information if these players have pushed up into this area. Another key thing is that Lotus has 1, 2, and 3 ultimate orbs, and this is obviously going to allow you to like build momentum and like snowball your ultimates, and Killjoy ultimate is really, really powerful at the moment. I'm also going to show you quickly on the 9-minute mark where we have an alternate Viper wall here. Yeah, so we see this right here. Allows the defenders to get all the space. Yeah, obviously they got the better weaponry right now, so they're going to take these long range gunfights. We do see FPX pick up 2 kills with the sheriffs, so lovely shots from them. But if you have better weaponry, you should win these rounds. Yeah, so yeah, some shots from them. Look at this little Omen smoke just to know, because of the Omen TP there, and the push around here causes so many problems. They've just dedicated to put an Omen smoke right there to deny them push out and offer a bit of a one-way. Yeah, we had a whole thing about Omen one-ways being gone, but especially as Lotus was brought up, but the pros found a way around it, so I'm glad that's back. Yeah, and again, there's not much difference between A and C site being taken by different teams. B site's normally left alone by attackers. Occasionally they try and push in. They've had a nice little Viper wall from here to there. So yeah, if they want to switch up, they can. Especially, I think with an Omen, it allows you to TP onto the site, like over. TP there. You've got your wall there, and your Sky dogs, your Sky flashes, and stuff like that. Yeah, I think more of an A and C takes more common. I mean, the pro games at the moment. Yeah, if we go to the 13-minute mark here, we're going to see that for the defenders, we have B's is such an important kind of like area to control, because you have of this easy rotation, the door here around this side. Where if you're as a defender, I would personally put 2 people on B every single round, unless you're doing a take or a take of A. Even if so, you just put your Omen here, you can flash, you can put your smoke out, allows your Sova and your Sky to push if need be. And you got your Viper here, so you put your wall up here. And I would, yeah, just B is very important for the rotations at the moment, especially if they're pushing C as well. We're going to see that you can push out through here. I mean, if you have a chamber as well, you can TP straight out. Sorry, my race right there. You can TP straight out, so you can get a free kill. We saw that with Ye in PRX versus C9. Ye was sitting here. The TP was sitting there or here, I believe, and he pushed out through here trying to get a kill, but unfortunately he was killed. But it was really, really nice idea, because it causes so much doubt in the attacker's minds, especially if they're in this little lane area. And even if you just pop the door open, you can sit back here and just shoot for the smoke. So it's a really nice position to have. But yeah, as I mentioned, you occasionally see a B take with the pros. This wall right here is just really nice. And you saw an Omen smoke again. Reiterating, Omen is needed, much needed on this thing. But yeah, we're seeing here massive util dump, so much information. But they've got the Killjoy set up right here to identify whether or not these attackers have pushed into the site. They haven't, and this door allows them to go straight into C. Killjoy is off site at the moment because you don't want to be on site alone against a 5-man, because you're probably not going to win a gunfight. If you do, it'd be nice, but it can't put you in a disadvantage. You'd rather a 5-man retake. But yeah, I also like just a chamber as well. Just needs to be, I think. Yeah, so much utilities popped into this. Just to like kind of like force a fake out here. Killjoy tempted to use the ultimate, not quite. And obviously rotating back to B here. And then he's going to push in here. This is why, again, reiterating myself, this area here is so... Nivera shows you exactly why you need to control this area here. Because they're going to go for a little push through here. And Nivera is going to shut it down. 1 kill, just using this area as a little going back and forth. Obviously you got caught out there, but you've got 2 kills on the board, giving his team a 4v1. I mean, this area, this little thing here, allows you to take cover, take this gunfight, cover, take this gunfight, if need be. Really key area for pros and anyone to kind of utilize. So yep, yeah, and then it's just why you need an Omen Viper, really, just because it's just Lotus allows a lot of rotations, and it's just why you need an Omen Viper, because if you have your Viper walls down, which such as this area over here, allowing your team to push up, and you need an Omen to smoke here, you need an Omen to retake as well, and flash. So I think a double smoke setup on this map is really useful, maybe because there's so many angles to cover, especially also when you're taking site as well. If you're putting your wall all the way down here, as we saw, you need a smoke when you're taking B, or when you're taking C as well, smoke, or even with the one ways we saw on the attacking, were just so useful. So yeah, guys, that's going to be all for today. Sorry I rambled on for a long time, but hopefully you guys found it a bit educational. Let us know your thoughts on what we're doing here. We're just going to try and switch up as much as possible, figure out what works for us, what works for you guys. But yeah, just to reiterate, yeah, just Lotus, I absolutely love the map. I'm really excited to see how Chamber is utilised as well. I'm excited to see the camps being brought back into the fold. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. See ya.